Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Are you feeling it? Or are you feeling nothing? It could be either end of the spectrum. This is a September to remember. That when I was getting ready this morning, that is what I kept hearing over and over and over again in my head. It is a September to remember. I told my husband this morning, I said, the energies, it's like everything is so unsettled. People don't know. It's like I said, you either feel it or you feel void. I personally, I went to bed last night. I feel completely empty. I was talking to him last night and I went to do this to my hands. And I told him, I said, okay, that was just weird. Because it was like, I wasn't even, it was like I wasn't even, I don't even say in my body. But it was just a weird feeling. And I went to bed and I literally just felt like an empty container. There's nothing there. And I have said numerous times, you just have to let go. Let go of what no longer serves you. Let go of trying to control anything but you. And I was watching a video, somebody I follow from time to time, and he was talking about the solar eclipse that's coming up. His number one thing was control, letting go of control. Things that you don't control, and you control nothing. And I told my husband, I said, it's crazy that these are things that I've been talking about. And his number one thing, he had 5 things. The very first one was letting go of control. And I thought about it. It's like, so far this month, and this is only the middle of the month, we've had the total lunar eclipse, the blood moon, on the 7th. You had the 9/9 portal. Charlie was shot on the 10th. You had 9/11. You have the solar eclipse on the 21st. With the you have, and there's multiple other shootings. There are multiple other murders. There are multiple other things. So yeah, it's a September to remember. And my cat is missing. My cat is missing. I still haven't found him. I paid a woman to help me find him. That was a waste, a total waste of money and energy, because it was like a wild goose chase. She was the number one featured person on this website. I was guided to this website, went to this website. She was the number one person that was featured. I read through a bunch of her comments. People commenting how good she was and all this kind of stuff. I neglected to finish the comments because towards the bottom now I read people that had the same experience I did. It was like I felt like I was being worked into her personal schedule. She reached out to me like at 11 o'clock at night. People sleep at 11 o'clock at night. I can't be out looking for my pet. A, it's dark. B, everybody's asleep. Most people are asleep. And it's like, and then one day she sends me pages of stuff which make absolutely no sense. And I get it. When you're communicating with an animal that's lost, it can be, they're confused. They're stressed just like you are. So sometimes you have to piece things together. But it was like she kept telling me, look in this one place, look for this type of thing. So my husband and I go out looking, searching the neighborhood to come up with nothing. So then it's like she's throwing darts at a wall that doesn't even exist. She keeps guessing. It's like, oh, well, if that didn't work, maybe you should try this, and maybe you should try that, and head in this direction to a wide open ass field. There's nothing for him to get caught on, for him to get stuck under. It's a wide open field. And anyway, that was a complete waste. And I reached out to a person that I know, that I went to school with, and I know she's very good at what she does. I reached out to her on her website, and I have yet to hear from her. I can hope it's because she's busy, she has things going on, but also in the back of my mind, I know that we don't agree politically. I don't let that get in my way. I don't give two craps about politics. I want my cat back. You know, if she's so deranged that she's letting that get in the way of trying to help somebody find their animal, that is on her. That's on her. All I can do is send her love and light. Because the people that are allowing the difference in politics, we're seeing it. They are literally deranged. They have let that nonsense cloud their humanity. They're not even, most of them, and I'm not talking about her because I don't even know what her situation is. Most of those people are not even, I want to say they're not even human anymore. Because they're just believing the lies, they're believing the nonsense, they're getting so wrapped up in the division and the judgment and the blame and the violence. And that's where I've seen things on the Schumann residence, and I don't follow all of that. I don't understand all that, but everybody's talking about, and I feel it. The energy is just all over the place. I told my husband this morning, I said, you've got people, you're feeling full of whatever you're full of, or you're empty. And then you've got people that their world was completely rocked by the senseless assassination on Charlie Kirk. People that loved him, followed him. He meant the world to them. Or they just enjoyed watching his debates because they learned from it. You have those people that their world is completely rocked. Then you've got the people that their world is completely rocked because they have followed the agenda, and now they see that agenda is not where they want to be. So now they're trying to figure out, now what do I do? I've been lied to. I was led down a dark path, a path of destruction, a path of division, a path of evil. Now what do I do? So they're in turmoil. They're trying to find answers. They're trying to find the light. That's where we come in. Yes, I am completely empty, but I still hold light. I don't send out hate. I don't send out judgment. I don't send out blame. I stay in a place of love and light. Part of me, it's like this morning, there's parts of me that just want to break down and cry. I can't even do that. It's like I feel this emotion and it's void. I can't even release it from crying. I just have to let it go and just trust that the universe, everything is working exactly how it's meant to work. I told my husband the other day, I said, the universe is obviously sending a huge message that you just have to trust. Literally, you have said to everybody, let go. You control nothing. Let it go. Because I told him, I said, our cat's missing. We're trying to sell a truck. Nothing. We're trying to sell my property. Nothing. The house. Nothing. We're trying to look for a house. Nothing. It's like none of it is anything I can control. Even trying to reach out to people to help me find my cat, I can't control the fact that lady just did absolutely freaking nothing other than send my husband and I on a wild goose chase. You know, because she's telling me he's under something. He's somewhere. Look around a basement. Look, which we both have covered 4 to 5 houses in every direction. Nobody has even seen this cat. He literally, it's like he just vanished. I've looked in garages. I've looked under things. I've looked in things. I've looked in tree. And then she goes, well, if we've been so focused on looking on the ground, let's look up in trees. And then she got honed in on a barn. There are no barns around here. She saw the roof of the building next to where I live. She's like, what's up with this barn? So my husband goes over like at 9 o'clock at night with a flashlight looking in my neighbor's barn to make sure the cat's not in there. Again, we've looked in this barn. In this shed. It's a shed. So then in her mind, she gets barn. So she asked me about a silo. The only silo around here is like probably a mile across the field, that there is no way on God's green earth this cat has a clue that there's a silo out there. She's like, oh, well, search the woods in that direction, which I had done. I did it again a couple more times. And then she says, oh, well, okay, so he's not there. Go out in the field. I'm like, I'm not walking a mile covering wide open field. This lady's smoking crack. I'm like, no. Again, I just let this stuff go. And then, so again, I can't control her. Can't control that situation. Then I reach out to somebody else. I can't control whether she reaches out to me. I can't control her life, her mindset, her whatever she's got going on as to why she hasn't connected with me. A friend of mine took it upon herself to reach out to people that she knows that communicate with animals in like Scotland or something. She sends me a message at 5:45 this morning saying they're not available this week. They're not available until next week. Again, I can't control this. It is the universe. It is such a strong message of let go of it. And I'm doing this, but it's just confirmation. I've done this. This is where I live. I don't control it. I just let it go. Just like the other day, and I told you this in I think the last video. My husband and I had kind of decided on a house that we wanted. We were going to go look at it this weekend. It's been for sale for a while. We got all excited. We go to bed. I was going to call the agent the next morning and say, hey, can we go look at it again on Friday, this coming Friday? And we were probably going to put a contract on the house contingent on selling mine or the funds coming up from somewhere. Or the ability to acquire this house from somewhere, whether it be sell my house or it comes from somewhere else. Anyway, I get up the next morning. It's pending. You can't make this up. It's the universe again saying, Pam, that's not your house. Let it go. And I keep hearing, trust the process. Just let it go. Just be. So, I don't know where you are in your journey, in your process. Just let it be. My friend told me this morning she's going through some health things, and with my cat missing, and she's trying to help me there, and she told me because I told her, I said, I control none. Again, it's one of these situations where I control nothing. I just let it go and trust that the universe is protecting him. He's fine, and he will come home in divine time. And she told me, she said, because this is never where she's been. She said, getting to this place where you just let go and you don't worry about anything is such a peaceful place to be. And I was like, yeah, it is. And I will tell you, I do not wish anything bad, harmful, disruptive, tower moments. I don't wish any of that on anyone. But I will tell you, if you don't get this, the universe is going to keep testing you until you get it. Believe me, don't believe me. You will have things, and because if you don't get it, the universe is going to throw up things that you have no control over, but it's going to drive you crazy. Just like everything I just said that I've got going on. I could sit and worry about every one of them and try to rack my brain on every one of them, which would it would make my life miserable. And then on top of it, worry about why I feel empty, why I feel like just a shell. It's a shift. I heard about, I watched these videos and they're talking about, the shift that just happened and this that just happened. And I'm like, okay, I don't feel anything. Why don't I feel anything? And then I literally feel nothing. It's like I'm completely empty. So it's like, well, there's your shift. The old is going away. Everything you knew, everything that you thought was real is gone. It's going away. To make room for the new, the new, or you are the new human. If you are feeling any of this, if any of this is resonating with you, you are the new human. You have to make room for the new to come in. However that is, I just heard you may be experiencing an illness. Your body is purging. In some way, your body is purging the old. Don't try to hold it back. Let that shit go. It's not serving you anymore. It's not where the new you is heading. So let it go. Is it going to be easy? Not always. Because again, just like these people that their world has been rocked and they're waking up, it took the shot that was heard across the world, because there were other countries that are on board with the same thing with Charlie. You know, my mom asked me the other day, she's like, why? And people get so wrapped up in, it's like, why is all this light being shined on Charlie? And the rest of the shootings and things like that aren't even being talked about. I told her, I said, this is a spiritual battle between the light and the dark, the good and the evil. The ugly, it is shining the light on the ugliness that is here and has been here. And it has to bring it to those awarenesses of the people that haven't seen it yet. They don't get it. And I've talked about this before, and I've heard other people say it in different ways. Take it however it resonates for you. You can look at it as two sandboxes. You can look at it as the good and the bad, God and Satan. You can look at the dark side as parasites. I've heard it all. However it resonates with you, it is real. If you choose to play in that sandbox, if you choose to stay in fear and anger and hate and vile disdain for somebody that you don't agree with, guess what? Those angels, demons, parasites, whatever you want to call it, are going to come play with you. They're going to perpetuate that emotion. Yes, unfortunately, well, no, I take that back. It's not unfortunate. Because it is life. It is choices that these people are making. It will be the demise of some of them because it's going to drive them crazy. That parasite, that demon, that entity, that sandbox is going to continue perpetuating this situation in that person. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse, or bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's going to drive them crazy. To the point, they're either going to wake up and go, what the? Or they're going to commit suicide. Or they're just going to die from the stress. It is evolution. It is what needs to happen to cleanse the negativity from this planet. That cannot go to 5D. Those people will not go to 5D in that mindset. It can't happen. It is a low frequency. It's a low vibration. It is a dense density that does not exist in 5D, will not ever exist in 5D. It is a choice those people continue to make. You know, I see so much hate. It's like it's very sad. It's very sad to see where our world has gotten to. Like my husband said the other day, they have tried to make the United States a third world country. This is how third world countries act. You don't agree with me? I'm going to kill you. That's how they act. That has never been how we've been, not to this extent. We've always been, okay, if you don't agree with me, we just agree to disagree. Or I just choose, not to, we just won't have that conversation. It's like, I don't discuss politics with my family. You either agree with me or you don't. If you don't, that's your opinion. That's okay. I don't agree with you. That's my opinion. You're entitled to that. It doesn't mean I'm going to go kill anybody. Again, the people that are stuck in cheering for the loss of a life, the people that are saying, I watched a little girl yesterday, and most of it, what is it, Gen Z? Not all. Most of that part of the population is so messed up. So messed up. Because all they've done is grow up on their phone. They're not in reality. And when you start searching, whatever you start searching, the algorithm sends you more of it. So that becomes your reality. And if you're tied up in the lies, you're going to get more lies. And you're going to think that that is the truth. And then when one of us comes and says, no, that's not the way it is, you call us crazy. Or you hate us for telling you the truth. By the same token, when you look for light and you see what's going on in the world, really what's going on in the world from the bigger picture because you've woken up, that is what your algorithm sends you. Is more truth, more light, more ways to open up and send those people love, to raise the collective vibration to a place of love. You're not going to change everybody's vision. But those people that are waking up, and I've said this all along, those people, as they wake up, they're looking for answers. You getting wigged out or judging them is not an answer that they need. We need to stay in love and compassion and understanding that, they weren't always here. They are here now. They're looking for answers. The thing with Charlie, it is the light being shown on all the hate and the anger and the darkness and the vile disdain. You don't have that with the other killings. I'm not taking away from them. It is just as horrific. But this one was done because of the lies. the media spread lies about this man. Those people bought it. They believed it. They thought he was prejudiced, a racist, a tyrant, whatever. Hitler. They thought that that was how he was, which is so far from the truth. That man was the epitome of Christ consciousness. And just like Jesus, they took him out. They silenced him. Well, they might have silenced him, but they have not. They have created a movement. They just opened Pandora's box in a good Pandora being a positive energy this time. They stirred a nest of. They woke the giant, and the giant has risen. So I send you love. That's all I have. Again, I feel, other than love, I feel void. Again, with everything I've got going on, it's like, oh my God, I just want to, sometimes, a lot of times, right now, I just want to cry. I want to cry at the shit I have no control over. My cat missing, and I don't know, and it's a life. I don't know where he is. I want to cry at the corruption and how messed up this world has gotten. There's nothing there. It's just empty. And not from a place of I don't care. So if you're feeling that, you're not alone. Just ground yourself into the knowing that everything is happening for a reason. Everything will be divulged in divine timing. Things are coming out. More will continue to come out. More good things will happen. Just trust the process. Let go of what no longer serves you. Let go of trying to control any outcome, anything. You only control your thoughts and actions. That's it. So I love you. I hope this helps. Again, it is a September to remember. How, and it's a choice. Are you going to remember this as a pivot point for you? Where you just let go and you just trust. And you just enjoy you. Enjoy the moment. Whatever's going on. Be thankful for your next moment, for your now moment. Or are you going to get wrapped up in the drama and the things that you really have no control over? It's your choice. So have an amazing day, and we will talk soon.